afternoon. Welcome to this session with AVEVA, where we are going to be talking about how AWS and AVEVA has been collaborating in the space of engineering and operations for transforming customers' manufacturing processes. So I'm Rajesh Gomatam. I am a Principal Solutions Architect at AWS, working on the Industry and Partner Solutions COE, and also Solution Lead for Industrial Data Fabric solution. And I'm joined by Antonio from AVEVA, Senior Technical Consultant from AVEVA practice. So we have had good collaboration with AVEVA for the past 10 years, and it's matured since then. So it basically started with the increase of cloud adoption from our customers during the COVID era, and since that time, the partnership has matured in the space of engineering and design as well as operations. Specifically, talking about the unified engineering product from AVEVA as well as OSI Pi. So in terms of the deployment, customers have been concentrating on transferring their AVEVA Pi system from on-premises to the cloud. So to that effect, we have had a lot of different modernization in terms of remote administration, migration, design patterns, as well as performance improvement. And secondly, we have had the unified engineering, which has been completely transformed, and we are in the process of modernizing it even further with the serverless architecture and use of advanced compute as well as remote administration. So with this, I will hand it over to Antonio. We will going to be talking about two topics, one on unified engineering and on AVEVA Pi aspect of it.
Thank you. Thank you, Rajesh. Like Rajesh said, my name is Antonio. I work for AVEVA now almost 5 years. And what we can see on the screen is something you can achieve by using AVEVA tools. This kind of complex engineering and design projects, in this case, this is an FPSO. Sometimes we call it a floating rig, so it's a ship. But what we can see here is that we can link all kinds of different data and many disciplines in one place. Often we have many different companies and stakeholders involved in something like this, all with different responsibilities. All of them need to work collaboratively in one place, in same data set, and that's one of the key, I would say, messages of today's presentation from the AVEVA side, how to collaborate in one space, in one platform, in one environment. And what this basically enables is high quality of engineering projects that you can scale up and work on them between various stakeholders inside of the budget that you have planned. Today I will go shortly through some of it and show you how you can achieve this. So a few words about AVEVA. We are being now for almost 60 years, we have been supporting various clients, and some of these clients in the engineering space have old 3D models, almost 50 years. So some of them are now already decommissioning the plants because the models are so old. So that means that we are already here for some time. We are not new on the market. And throughout this journey, we have developed deep domain expertise, understanding our clients' challenges, pain points, and we created solutions that can support them in those kind of challenges. This has resulted over these 60 years in numerous and strong relationships and partnerships with various clients and customers. And also we were able to, let's say, provide solutions to keep track what are current challenges in the market. And over the past 6 decades, we have leveraged our technology and innovation to deliver transformative tools aligned with different industry needs. And how we are, let's say, continuing with this commitment, we can see on the next slide. This slide shows basically the unified engineering in, let's say, how it looks in general, and some of you are maybe not engineers by profession, so we like to say that unified engineering is our key and main solution for all your simulation, engineering, and design needs. And it's hosted on AWS. And inside of Unified Engineering, as we can see, you can generate 1D, 2D, 3D deliverables in a data-centric approach. So we can see on the screen, we can go from 1D, what we call the technical information, technical sheets, into 2D, what is often drawings, schematics, and different plans, into 3D, what everyone knows, 3D models, and so on, which is supported by AI, by laser scanning technology, and so on. And now to one of our, let's say, use cases, Wacker, a German company, a very traditional chemical company with a large production site in south of Germany, in a city called Burghausen. And some of you might be familiar with the city of Burghausen. A fun fact, it's a nice place with a very old medieval castle. That's the longest castle in the world. It's more than 1,000 meters long. And regarding Wacker, like many other chemical companies, Wacker has its own planning and design department with many different suppliers to distribute the workload because they are operating worldwide. And one of the biggest problems they experienced were around individual companies and departments and how they can bring them together to collaborate. Also, not having the same design data can create huge costs and problems on the construction side. So that was our learning, our understanding, and basically Wacker needed a reliable solution to fix these issues and to solve this. And AVEVA, being known as a leader for software, for industrial software at Wacker already for the last 10 years or so, basically at Wacker we started talking to them, and after an intensive evaluation, they decided to take and to implement our unified engineering solution on Connect, powered by AWS in 2020. And like I said, they are using already AVEVA solutions for more than 10 years, which means that they are looking at us as a trusted partner to supply their industrial software. And this is what I would like to highlight, that this kind of projects are like a journey. It's not maybe 1 or 2 years project, but rather much longer. And what we can see on the screen, AVEVA has been providing different solutions to Wacker for many years. And what we see in the dark purple or magenta color, in the last few years, we expanded that with some of the newer tools like AVEVA Point Cloud solution or Point Cloud Manager for laser scans, like I mentioned, and also extended reality, or in short XR, for visualization of different, I would say, chemical plant assets. And sometimes this can be also used for different scenarios like familiarization or training of users. And also, in the future, the plan is to expand this with further capabilities from AVEVA. Then I would expand and say that Wacker did not only improve their collaboration by using these tools, but also they experienced a big and a huge dramatic improvements in how they work, in their general way of working by using our solutions, and they also reduced, or I say increased their time to value. By using AVEVA Connect and our Point Cloud solution, they also had further savings in time and costs spent on projects, because you can simply use the laser scan available in the cloud instead of storing it somewhere manually, which is very data intensive and also quite expensive. And also on the screen we can see a nice picture how engineers can collaborate in this space, basically using the laser scan together with the 3D environment, and basically by using both environments they can work more efficiently. And my slide, one of my final slides here is that to highlight just briefly some of the achievements that Wacker did with using AVEVA tools on AWS is, for example, 40% of increase to speed up when starting new 3D projects. They also reduced a lot of admin work because everything is in one environment, in one platform, and also a lot of time saving by using clash checks. So all of our tools have embedded clash checks where you can very easily find if you have some mistakes during your design. Also smoother collaboration like before. By using AVEVA solutions and Amazon technology, their collaboration became much smoother. And I would say at the end, finally, it is also safe. The data that they are using is safely stored and secure. And by that, I would then hand over back to Rajesh.
Great. Thanks, Antonio. Now we'll change gears and talking about AVEVA Pi system and what kind of modernizations which we have done thus far with AWS technologies. First, flexibility of deployment is important with a cost-effective solution. So we have created architectures and deployment artifacts where customers can deploy a highly available AVEVA Pi system in the cloud and yet leverage all the technologies which the cloud can bring forward so that data can be extracted from AVEVA Pi system to run AI ML models for our customers. And the most important thing is now AVEVA is also supporting our RDS, which is a managed service for the SQL Server. So we have had good collaboration with AVEVA. Now customers can leverage the fully managed service, which is highly scalable and secure, to use Amazon RDS for SQL Server in their deployment. The next one is an important thing which resonates with a lot of customers. Traditionally, when you use AVEVA Pi system, folks need to install a thick client in their computers, as well as if they're working remotely, they need to be connecting to the VPN. Now we have a remote administration methodology using AppStream, Amazon AppStream, where customers can just log on to their system just using their browser from wherever it is, even using an iPad, and using the same authentication and authorization principles connect securely to their Pi system for administration. And the next one is migration. A lot of times it takes a lot of time for customers to migrate securely all their Pi systems from on-premises to the cloud. Now, with the help of application migration service from AWS, customers can securely migrate their Pi systems very quickly from on-premises. So this is a methodology where customers can have a test environment where it can be validated before eventually the production system can be cut off from the on-premises system and migrated directly to the cloud. So this goes into the similar kind of a process. The customers have the ability to go through each and every process for the cutout, and then once they are satisfied, it can go to the final completion of the migration. This has been a very cost-effective and tremendous savings in efforts from our customers to migrate Pi system. And every step of the way, customers can migrate their, monitor their migration path so that it can be done very securely, making sure that there is no data loss. So here is a customer example where this customer, Coke AG and Energy Solutions, they had a different historian using the deployment architectures which we have developed along with AVEVA. We were able to migrate all their previous historian data into AVEVA Pi system hosted in the cloud, and this has been a great success for our customers. So with this, I will hand it over to Antonio, who will talk about the forward-looking aspect in terms of the collaboration within AVEVA and AWS.
Thank you, Rajesh. So maybe just shortly before we end, the future outlook when it comes to unified engineering in Amazon Workspace, in AWS, modernization. So we expect during this year a few releases where we will have some improvements. From the technological perspective, we will be able to support now multiple screens. In the past, I know that customers requested that we are able to run our tools also on other systems like Mac and so on. So this is also being developed, and in some cases performance was not as best. So we are also doubling on RAM and CPU power, which means that in the future bigger projects for bigger customers will run even more smoothly in this environment, and we shouldn't have any bigger problems there. So that's just in short what we can expect in the year 25.
Cool. Thanks, Antonio.
Thank you, Rajesh.
We would like to welcome folks to visit AVEVA booth right in the AWS kiosk, as well as visit the AVEVA booth in their own gallery in another hall.
Yeah,
I don't know which all it is required.
Thank you for reminding me. Our booth is close by next to the coffee stand, so you can have both coffee and talk to me, which is a good combination. But thank you for reminding me to ask you if you have any additional questions to join us and visit me at the booth today and still tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.